and I help spiritual seekers connect directly with their spirit guides or angels and empower them to find and live their unique life purpose. So today we're going to dive into the common mistakes that people often make when they're trying to connect with their spirit guides and how to fix them ASAP. So if you don't know how to connect with your guides at all, or every time you try to communicate you end up frustrated, doubting, or second guessing yourself, I'm certain that a few of these mistakes are going to surprise you and get you better on track to having a successful communication with your guides that's clear and direct. So the first mistake that people make is putting too much pressure on themselves, anticipating something is going to happen. So this is just so counterintuitive. If you're putting pressure on yourself and you're going, oh, what is it? Can I figure it out? What is the message? Dum, like clock is ticking. What am I getting? You're filling your brain with noise, and emotionally you're feeling pressure. And that is just the wrong thing to do in order to receive clear guidance. You need to practice first being tuned in, relax, and cleanse, and allow it to happen, to receive it. So you need to learn to be a little bit still, take deep breaths, and just simply notice what happens rather than trying to manufacture something. Okay. Now this happens usually when people are a little bit fearful or they don't really believe in themselves. They don't think that it's going to work. Okay. So you also have to work on those limiting beliefs that might be getting in your way. So the first solution for you is really that you need to learn how to relax and raise your vibration. The second mistake that people do is they use their intellect. We have two parts to our nature. We have our thinking mind and our feeling nature. Now we need both of those while we're here on planet Earth. Neither of them is right or wrong or bad, but we tend to use our intellect in the wrong way. So very young children are 100% in their feeling nature. They just trust their sensitivity. They go with how they feel. As we get older, we're trained out of that. We are more inclined to think about things or analyze it or try to figure it out. If you ever use the words figure it out, or you hear other people saying those words, that is a really good clue that you're getting out of balance, because you're putting your intellect before your feeling nature, and your feeling nature, which you could also call your intuition, is where the real power lies. That is the part of you that you need to utilize in order to receive clear guidance. Okay, so yesterday I was working with somebody who is having a really hard time trusting her intuition. A really hard time. She was really resistant, but she must have wanted it because she was at my workshop, right? So she was saying things like, well, everybody's telling me to relax and tune in, but nobody's teaching me how to do that. Everybody's telling me to relax, but nobody's teaching me how to do that. So my question to that is, did anyone teach you how to breathe? No, you just do it without thinking. Your body is just trained that way. Did anyone teach you how to dream? No, you just experience it. And that is your soul nature coming through. No one taught you how to do that. It's just an experience. So this is actually the same way. You have this ability. You've always had it. But it's more about acknowledging and using it rather than thinking it through. So if your intellect is out of balance, then you're going to be doing things like, well, did I just make that up? Or how do I know that's really true? Was that really my angels, or was it just me? All those questions and doubts, it's really coming from the place of feeling like you're not capable in some way, or you feel like it's difficult or not authentic for you to be connecting. But this is really as natural as breathing, okay? So it's more about now starting to acknowledge what's already going on and pay more attention to it. Okay, so you need to start putting that intellect in check and going, that's not your job. The intellect's job is not to get the impressions. That's the feeling or the intuitive nature's job. And so you need to get really comfortable with that part of yourself. If you haven't been utilizing it for a while, you're normal, you're not alone, but life becomes so much richer when you start developing that part, okay? All right, mistake number 3, I called wanting a big bang. So what I mean by this is people have expectations that when they have a message from their guides or some kind of psychic experience, it's going to be mind-blowing, it's going to be like a vision right in front of you in the room, etc. Okay, now people do have experiences like that. I have had a few in my lifetime, okay, but I'm 41 years old, and I think I've maybe had 3 experiences like that in my 41 years. So what's happening the rest of the days? The rest of the days, 99.9% of the time, it is the subtle inner guidance, the little signs, the hunches, this gut feeling that comes through. And the first step for you to really shift this is to acknowledge those messages that you already are getting. Start where you are. Don't compare yourself to somebody else who's further down the journey than you are, or seems to be having these amazing, wild messages and cool things happen to them when you're not getting anything. Okay, because you've got to acknowledge where you already are and trust that, and that's what allows it to expand. Not thinking like you're behind or, you're not doing it right. That is a feeling of lack that will really stop you in your tracks. So start to shift to more of an abundant mindset of, I'm already having this guidance. What else can I explore and expand upon? Okay. So I know that these mistakes that I've described can feel really frustrating when you're in them and maybe feel not so easy to change. I get that, especially the over-analyzing one. That's so common. But the rewards of connecting with your angels clearly are so, so worth it. Finding your life purpose, reaching your goals, having good timing on things, knowing when to act and when to wait, having a roadmap to reach your goals and fulfill your purpose in life, and really make clear decisions. When you need to make a decision, a choice in life, you will have the guidance to know what's the best path for you. So imagine what it will feel like when you have a direct and clear communication with your angels, and you can get confirmation and guidance immediately without any of that doubting and second guessing, okay? So if you enjoyed this live today, I have even more to share with you. I have a free online class that's coming up in just a few days, and you won't want to miss it. So the free class is called How to Connect with Your Personal Team of Angels or Spirit Guides Daily. And you're going to learn the simple steps that you need to take to connect with your angels directly. And plus I'll have some time for Q&A if you have questions for me. So what you want to do right now is go to communicatewithangels.com/webinar to get all of the details. And it will be live, and I guarantee you won't want to miss it. So I hope to see you there. Again, that website to go to is communicatewithangels.com/webinar. And I'll see you there.